The ITV studios in London thrummed with the familiar buzz of midday prep on a drizzly September afternoon in 2025. The Loose Women set, a riot of bold colors and comfy armchairs, bathed in the warm glow of overhead lights that chased away the autumn chill seeping through the Thames side windows. Denise Welch, the fiery Geordie veteran with her signature blonde bob and a leopard print blouse that screamed unapologetic flair, lounged in her seat like a lioness in her den, flanked by the eclectic panel: Colleen Nolan, nursing a mug of tea with her trademark no-nonsense squint; Gloria Hunniford, elegant in pearls and pastel, her Northern Irish lilt a soothing counterpoint; and Jane Moore, sharp-suited and sharper-tongued, flipping through notes with the efficiency of a tabloid editor. The live audience, a boisterous mix of working mums, retirees, and royal watchers clutching programs, erupted in cheers as the theme music swelled, the air scented with fresh biscuits from the green room and the faint tang of hairspray from last-minute touch-ups. Today's hot topic promised sparks. A debate on celebrity reinvention segued into high-profile guests, with Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, making a rare UK appearance to promote her latest Archwell venture, a women's empowerment podcast series, Voices Unsilenced, already generating buzz on X for its unfiltered chats with global trailblazers. At 44, Meghan swept onto the set with poised elegance, her tailored camel coat draped over a cream cashmere sweater and wide-leg trousers, evoking quiet California confidence with a subtle nod to British restraint, her caramel waves loose and luminous, a delicate sapphire brooch, Harry's heirloom touch, pinned at her collar. The applause thundered as she hugged the panel, her smile genuine but guarded, forged in the fires of past media minefields, settling into the guest armchair with a graceful fold of legs. Colleen kicked off with a warm opener: "Meghan, love, back in Blighty, how's Montecito treating you?" And spill on this podcast, sounds like a right ear opener. Meghan leaned in, voice a melodic blend of empathy and resolve, recounting her latest episode with a Nigerian activist on breaking silence around mental health, her eyes sparkling as she quipped about Archie's podcast critiques: "Too many, mummy," drawing belly laughs from the crowd, Gloria nodding along with maternal approval. But Denise, ever the powder keg with a penchant for royal rifts, waited for her beat, her fingers drumming the armrest as she absorbed the flow, the faint lines of her expressive face creasing with that trademark mix of mischief and conviction. As the chat deepened into themes of public scrutiny, Denise pivoted with her signature bluntness, her Geordie accent thickening like a storm front. "Empowerment's grand, Meghan, but let's not sugarcoat. Your silencing started stateside with Suits, didn't it? And now, post-Spare, post-Oprah, you're the queen of comebacks. But critics say it's all curated crisis. Any truth to that, or is it just the British press being beasts again?" The question landed like a cheeky pint at a wake, the audience tittering nervously, Meghan's smile holding firm as she replied, "Denise, it's not crisis, it's candor. I've owned my voice to lift others. Racism, isolation, those weren't PR, they were prison." The studio hushed slightly, Jane's eyebrow arching, Colleen's tea sip pausing midair, as Denise's eyes lit with the thrill of debate, the segment's levity fraying at the edges. Producers in the booth exchanged glances, ratings ticking up as the once light exchange edged toward the explosive. This Loose Women's sofa no longer a safe space but a stage primed for the unfiltered fury that would soon send shockwaves through the nation's teatime. As the commercial break hovered like a held breath, the Loose Women studio's energy crackled with the undercurrent of impending thunder, Denise Welch leaning forward with that unyielding intensity, her leopard spots seeming to prowl under the lights, while Meghan Markle maintained her serene facade, her camel coat folded neatly over the armrest like a shield at the ready. Gloria Hunniford tried a gentle steer: "Meghan, darling, those podcast voices, women like you, breaking barriers. What's the one echo that moved you most?" Meghan grasped the olive branch, her tone softening as she shared a raw clip from an Afghan refugee's testimony, tears welling briefly in her eyes, the audience sighing in collective empathy, Jane Moore jotting notes with a subtle nod. But Denise, undaunted by the detour, swirled back with a tablet in hand, its screen alight with screenshots of Meghan myths, posts dissecting her Oprah, fibs, and spares, exaggerations. "Barriers, aye, but let's burst a few bubbles, pet. You fled the firm citing racism, yet your Netflix flops and Spotify silences scream, strategic silence. And Harry's back in Blighty for Invictus, sans spouse, is this unity, or just you playing the victim virtuoso?" The barb bit deep, the crowd's murmurs swelling into a wave of whispers, a few oohs from the back rows as Meghan's fingers tightened on her brooch, her voice steady but laced with frost: "Victim. Denise, that's the trap, reducing resilience to ruse. We left to survive. My work echoes that for every woman gaslit by the glare. Welch's laugh barked sharp, undimmed, survive. You're thriving. Montecito mansions, A-list allies. But calling out Camilla's claws while cashing royal residuals. Some say it's hypocrisy with a halo. The accusation hung toxic. Colleen's, ladies, let's keep it civil, swallowed by the fray as Meghan's cheeks flushed, her retort a rising tide, hypocrisy. The press hounded Diana to death, slurred my son before birth, exotic, Archie. That's the halo you ignore. I'm here amplifying, not ambushing. The audience fractured, claps clashing with uneasy coughs, Gloria's pearls clinking as she shifted uncomfortably, Jane interjecting a half-hearted, but the podcast's brill, lost in the din. Denise surged on, her Geordie gravel grinding, amplifying. Or amplifying grudges. Spare spilled family tea for tea money, admit it, love, without the royals, what's your hook? Meghan's eyes blazed, hand rising like a stop sign, hook. Hate. The same that fuels your rants. You defend me one day, dissect the next. This isn't chat, it's chum for clicks. Gasps rippled outward, the panel frozen in tableau, producers hissing into earpieces for a music cue, but the director's firm hold kept the cameras hungry. This was Loose Women gold, unscripted and unsparing. X flickered alive in the booth monitors, hashtag Meghan vs Denise bubbling with bootleg snippets from sly audience streams, memes of Welch's leopard as royal hunter, stalking Meghan's brooches, Sussex shield. The escalation was visceral, Denise's passionate defense of your twisting into pointed probe, Meghan's poise cracking under the panel's partisan prism, every volley a step deeper into the maelstrom where camaraderie curdled into confrontation, the sofa's sanctuary shattering into a spectacle of scored scars and sharpened tongued. The segment's denouement crashed in like a nor'easter, the studio clock glaring 1:52 p.m. as Denise Welch bolted upright, her chair scraping like a gauntlet thrown, leopard blouse heaving with the rhythm of her unbridled ire. Chum. Pet, this is passion, you monetize misery while we mop up the monarchy's mess. Own the opportunism, or is that too on Los Angeles? Meghan rose in riposte, her cream ensemble a stark flag of fortitude, voice a resonant roar over the rising roar. Opportunism, try oppression, the boot you bootlick. I've echoed enough echoes, this echo chamber's exile for me. The audience detonated, a cyclone of cheers and jeers, phones a flashing frenzy as she unclipped her mic with regal resolve, the snap echoing like a slam tone, her sapphire brooch winking farewell. Women, wield words that wound less, win more. Loose, this feels laced, cheerio. She pivoted to the wings, trousers whispering like a verdict, Denise's parting salvo a Geordie gale, cheerio. Run back to Cali, Loose Women's no landing pad for landing softly. Security, love, show her the exit, we've tea without the tantrum. The security, siren wailed and spoken but swift, two stewards materializing like reluctant extras, the crowd's frenzy peaking in a babble of, go Meghan. And, sit down, Denise, Colleen's frantic wave, Meghan, wait, hug it out, drowned by Gloria's gasp and Jane's scribbled shock as the feed slashed to frantic ads for biscuits and bail bonds. Turmoil tumbled forth. X imploded with hashtag Meghan kicked off Loose Women vaulting to UK zenith, illicit clips cascading quintillions by 11s, memes of Denise's spots as, cheetah chase, pursuing Meghan's codas, Duchess drift, deluging dashboards. ITV's switchboard scorched under 150,000 calls, Ofcom's ovens overheating anew, while Archwell's alerts avalanche-ed with ally avowals, Meghan's Insta-vignette, a Montecito meadow at mist, captioned, unsilenced strides, raking a trillion touches. Denise, solo in the spotlight amid the rubble, quipped to the ether, loose indeed, passions are peril, pets, her ex-eruption, at Meghan Markle, debates doors open, no hard Geordie, fanning flame wars from Corey fans to Crown critics. Tabloids from the Sun to the Mirror mauled the melee, Duchess dumped, Welch's wild whip, dissecting the ejection, in fevered forensics, Harry's Heathrow hail a heated, my voice, victorious, palace pipelines piping pitying puffs about, Markle maelstroms. Yet yonder the yell, a yeasty yarn yarned. This wasn't Network Now Jew but a broadside on broadcast's barbed brink, Welch's warrior zeal zinging Markle's metered metal in a zephyr of zeitgeist zaps, zeal eclipsed by zealotry, verity vilified for verve. Sponsors like empowerment elixirs edged endorsements, Loose Women's lure leaping, but the bruise burned, a brutal bulletin on banter's boomerang, humiliation not in the hurl but the herd's howl. As London's lamplights limned the dust updrafted a doctrine, in the lounge of live lacerations, kicks kindle clearer calls, Meghan's measured march a melody of mastery over melee, mustering a media-weary multitude to mull mercy over the merciless maw of mockery in the mosaic of modern mythos.